Let's go back to your broadcasting career. Looking back on it, no, but I know you want to do this, and you're a competitor, and you want to be great. What is it that maybe you missed understanding or doing the first go around of your broadcasting career?
Well, here's where I kind of chuckled, Dan, because I get the perception. I get the feeling that the perception is that somehow, I failed at being a broadcaster. I got two opportunities to broadcast NFL games, and they were like 8 weeks apart. I did one game in New Orleans for Thanksgiving, and I did one playoff game. Otherwise, I broadcasted Notre Dame football. But really, when I took that job with NBC, the idea was to work with some of the best people in the business, the Mike Tirico, Tony Dungy, Rob Hyland, like Fred Gaudelli, all the guys that are legendary guys in that organization. And man, I'm so thankful that I had that opportunity. But at the same time, what I really did for the most part was sit behind a desk and do Sunday night football, the Sunday night football night in America. And then, a bunch of stuff in stadium at the desk, and then the Super Bowl broadcast, but again, at the desk. So at the end of the day, like I chuckle because even as I look at the landscape right now, man, I have so much respect for a lot of guys in the booth right now. But I'd step in the booth right now and be a top 3 guy, like without question. And then you give me a few years and I could be the best. So look, I love the game. I love talking about the game. I feel like I have an insight to the game that is pretty unique, given my playing experience. I see the game a totally different way. I process it a different way. And so even as I watch games now, and I just kind of listen to, the commentary and this and that, and what I'm seeing, I just feel like there's so much more to add. And so, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to wait for the right opportunity. And hopefully it comes along. And if it doesn't, that's okay too, because I'm coaching ball and I'm involved in the game in so many other ways. But I do feel like I have a ton of value to add in the booth. And so I'm appreciative of Netflix giving me the opportunity to broadcast on Christmas Day. And I'm not sure exactly which game that's going to be. There's 2 on the slate, but that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but it'd be like asking you to start a game maybe in the preseason, then start a game, late in a season and say you weren't consistent. It's you need repetition in this. You got to be there week in and week out.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that it's I think the unfortunate part about just that year was that the thing I wanted to do most was broadcast NFL games. The thing I had the opportunity to do the least was broadcast NFL games. Now I had a chance to do everything, right? I was in studio, I was at the stadium, did the Super Bowl pregame. I broadcast a little college, I broadcasted a little NFL. So I got exposure to everything. And man, I retained it all, like every bit of coaching from all those guys. And I'm very appreciative of that. But, when I departed because I wanted to spend more time with my kids on the weekends coaching ball. And unfortunately, that was the schedule didn't work out, having to fly to Connecticut, every week, and also doing the Notre Dame games. So it was my decision to step away from NBC. It was not theirs. They wanted me back. And again, I felt like I had a great relationship with them during that time. Unfortunately, I think it got reported a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And now somehow that's become the narrative. It could not be further from the truth. You can go talk to Pete Bavacqua, who is the head of NBC Sports. You can go talk to Sam Flood. You can go talk to any of those guys. Mike Tirico, Rob Hyland. Man, I had a great relationship with those guys, and they wanted me back. Unfortunately, the schedule just didn't work, given the fact that I wasn't really able to do what I wanted to do, which was broadcast NFL games.